Oh, sorry guys. Didn't realize the camera was running. But yeah, hold on 1 second. Alright, this is Beats Exclusives. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Today we're about to speak on an Afrobeat conversation that happened recently. Big shout outs to the Beats FM in Nigeria. Big shout out for bringing this conversation around. The personality involved in this conversation is a big one as well. So it's very necessary for, me, myself, and I come and share my opinion on whatever has been said in this video. Whatever has been said in this video. I think we have to be having conversations like this because this is how we build understanding and learn to progress. And then also, just correct mistakes along, because nobody's perfect and all we can do is just keep evolving through learning from our everyday activities. And so it's very important. If you happen to find yourself watching me around this time, thank you for showing up. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. But yeah, let's dive into this conversation.
I want to get into another part of the conversation, so keep that in mind, right? When I hear big three, and this is a real thing, like I've had this conversation with people. People talk about the big three in music, in Afrobeats.
Yes.
And obviously, for now, the big three is, Burna Boy, Wizkid, David. Shout outs to all of them. Fabulous artists. Everybody doing their own.
And hold on, before we go deep into this conversation, this whole issue is about Tiwa Savage being interviewed on the Beats FM in Nigeria. And, she shared a few opinions that some people seem to not to agree, or some people want to drag the hell out of it. You know what people do on platforms these days. Misinterpret stuff and, just blow things out of proportion. But I'm just here to be as honest as I can. And, just share my honest opinion about whatever she said in this interview. And so let's go back and watch the interview.
Doing their own thing in their own way. But you know what I say? And I'm not even saying this because you're here. I've genuinely said this a couple of times to different people. I actually think that it's a big four. And I'll tell you why. There's a thought process behind it. I feel like, number one, you've been doing this for just as long, if not even longer than these guys. Number two, you are out here, the same global impact. You are traveling the world, performing, spreading the gospel of Afrobeats music, Nigerian artistry, Nigerian arts, Nigerian culture, all through your music. So with that being said,
before the interviewer posed the question to Tiwa Savage, she was literally explaining from her point of view that she kind of rates Tiwa Savage as, one of the top guns in the music industry, especially in the Afrobeat circle, because there's nothing that the men are doing that Tiwa Savage herself is not doing. In terms of collaborations, in terms of performances in and out of Africa, around the world. She makes crazy numbers on streaming platforms, and so she was just laying the foundation for the conversation, or building up a case to her question to Tiwa Savage. And I think she made solid points in there. Nothing she said was out of place. So
performing all around the world, delivering quality music. Do you feel like you ought to be a part of the big three or even big four conversation, or how do you feel about that?
Right. So the question she asked Tiwa Savage is, do you feel that you have to be part of the big three or big four conversation? And who even came up with this whole big three thing? Because, for me, if you ask me, listen, everybody is entitled to whatever they want to do. But if the sky is big for everybody to fly, then why do we just have to highlight just three people as the limit or as the yardstick? That's a bit for me. But, it's been there since Adam and Eve. So, because during the days of Adam and Eve, it was what? Adam, Eve, and God, or maybe somebody would say the devil, because the devil was the one that came to influence them to go, wayward. So hey, that's just by the way. The question the interviewer put to Tiwa Savage is, do you think you qualify to be part of the big three or big four? But in this scenario, we can only say big four because the big three already is Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy. So let's go hear what her response was.
Don't get me started, because if we were
Sis just said, "Don't get me started." I mean, she's just laying, her authority. That listen, don't even try to let me deep dive into this conversation, because but anyway, I just want to hear, whatever she has to say. So let's keep it rolling.
To go talent for talent, mic for mic, I'm the big one.
Period.
Like
that's
if
right.
we take off.
Big Tiwa for a reason. Tiwa's first response is just spot on, if you ask me, because she didn't say anything else, but she said on the mic, note for note, line for line, singing quality, holding a note, or holding a pitch, or singing on any variation of singing that you want to bring to the table. Nobody can touch her. And listen, I agree with her 110%. Because listen, Tiwa's vocal prowess, her vocal ability is unlimited. For the guys, I can only vouch for them up to a certain extent. But for Tiwa Savage, her vocals alone, her singing abilities, it's just, you can't touch that. And so I absolutely agree with her on this one. Her first point, is just spot on for me, because she can sing. Listen, let me explain to you the depth of Tiwa's singing ability. Yeah, you can take Tiwa Savage and put her on a jazz stage, and she would deliver because of the quality of her vocals, her voice naturally. You can take her and put her on a reggae tune and she would deliver. The quality of her voice can actually deliver on such a rhythm. Take her and put her on any type of music around the world, and I feel like she would just deliver. She would just amazingly blow everybody's mind. But for the guys, different voices, different singing abilities. But I just think Tiwa would just, devour everybody. So yeah.
The numbers.
Yeah.
If we take off the numbers and whatever it is you want to judge the big whatever you want to judge them by, like you can't see me on the mic. Like I'm sorry.
For real. And
that's what it is. It's music, but
she goes ahead to further explain that, listen, take away the numbers, because the boys are raking in some big numbers. So take away the numbers, take away any other thing on the mic, vocal to vocal. And this is why I don't understand why some people want to drag her for saying what she said, because if you really have a good listening ear and you really listen to quality, not quantity, or not, for the sake of listening, just to give you a buzz or pleasure, and you're listening for quality, you cannot skip Tiwa's voice on any type of music, and so for that, I absolutely agree with her, and it's exactly the same thing she's saying. Take away everything else, strip everybody naked of anything else, numbers, money, luxury, whatever. Let's perform on the microphone. And I think Tiwa would just, even strip away all the effects on the microphone and everything, and let's sing raw. I think Tiwa would just, I think Tiwa will whoop your favorite.
Again, it's not based on that, and I understand that, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's a catch-22. I've always been saying this for a long time. Sometimes I look at the charts, and there's not one female. I'm not even talking about me. I'm just talking in general. You're talking from 1 to 100.
But is this true though? Because I can't vouch for her on this one. Because for top 100, there must be a female somewhere in there. There cannot be a top 100 playlist or a top 100 chart that won't have a female in there. If you say top 5 or top 10, yes, we can argue that, because sometimes you see a top 10 chart and you hardly see any female in there. It's very male dominated. So for that, I can agree with her. But for a top 100, let me know what you think in the comment section. Have you ever come across any top 100 charts that didn't include a female, especially in the Afrobeats circle? Have you come across anything like that? Just drop a comment. Let me know what you think.
Because it's not top 10. It's 1 to 100. And there's not one female. If that doesn't make people in the industry be like, okay, what's going on? Then I don't know what will.
But then also, I think she was just drawing attention to the fact that there's not a lot of female representation on a lot of music charts, and so she has a point saying that. I mean, it's just listen, it's just male dominance everywhere, but I can really see what she's saying. Sometimes it's just difficult. And it's not to say there's not a lot of females in the game, but I think a lot of females are not getting represented properly somehow. All right, let's go back to hear what she's saying.
The more you play, male artist songs, the more influencers jump on it, the more you go to the clubs, subconsciously, they're going to keep growing. Right. And there's going to keep that gap. It is going to keep, it's going to get bigger. It's
I really like the point she's making here. I mean, and she's not only speaking for herself. She's speaking in regards to all the females in the game. She's just trying to throw light on the fact that, sometimes even when you go to the clubs and when you go to places of gathering, there's more male music being played than female. I mean, I don't know how true that is. I mean, some of us, we don't really go out like that. So we can't vouch for whatever goes on in the club, but maybe she has a point. I mean, let me know in the comment section, when you go to the clubs, how would you think the female artists are represented in the clubs and generally at events, like when you should pull up to an event, how would you think female artists are represented through their music getting played or through their music being played, or from your experiences? Drop a comment, let me know what you think.
It's not about whether the females are producing great music or not. It's not about whether they're great performers or not. Mm-hmm. It's not whether they can dress or, they have the swag,
the stage presence,
everything is there. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, I feel like we have gatekeepers.
Tiwa just put out an accusation. Listen, gatekeepers, Tiwa is accusing you lot. But anyway, who are these gatekeepers? Why are you guys gatekeeping? Is the industry for you? The industry is like a marketplace. Everybody comes in, put forth their product, and then allow people to consume or buy however they please. And so why are you gatekeeping the females from reaching the masses or reaching the charts or reaching the top 5s and the top 3s and the top 2s and the top 1s and all of the above? I mean, whoever you are as a gatekeeper, listen, just understand that you're not going to be up there forever, So stop gatekeeping. Allow Tiwa and the girl them come through and deliver whatever they have for us. But hey, honestly, I think gatekeeping is a big issue in the industry. It's always a case where when one person or two persons find themselves in better positions, they want to stifle everybody else. They want to, take the opportunities away from a lot of people. And I think it's a very bad practice. I mean, especially for us as an Afrobeat community, we are very young in this space. And so the more we are able to open up and let, more talents to grow and do well, the better for us, the more opportunities we will open up. Because don't forget, one artist is hiring more than less. Say an upcoming artist, even an upcoming artist who is not making regular income has people already looking up to them. Because don't forget, this upcoming artist comes from a family, let's say has a mother, father, probably sisters, brothers, looking up to him, hoping he becomes something out of what he's doing as a musician. And then when he goes out there, he has a producer that sometimes, he doesn't have upfront money to pay them. And so they barter trade, or the producer decides, okay, I believe in your talent. I want to invest in you till you become somebody, and then we can reap what we've sowed. And so now the producer also becomes a burden. And now eventually he will get somebody to act as his manager. If, his career becomes something, he can full-time hire this person to be a manager. Sometimes, usually, it starts with friends as, oh, guy, do you want to be my manager for now? And all of that. You get what I'm saying? And so he gets a manager, he has a producer, these two people are relying on him. He wants to shoot video. If he gets any type of gig, he needs to make an appearance. So he has to change his looks from time to time. He will probably need some stage choreography. So he needs to hire some dancers or models or whatever for video shoots and all that. I mean, it's a very, 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 very hefty task, So if you guys are gatekeeping and you're not allowing more people to come in and grow and evolve so that they can take care of their responsibilities, I mean, that is a not. It's a big issue. So, I mean, gatekeepers, please open up. Don't swallow the key. Right.
There's holding and creating that gap. And it doesn't happen in America. I say this all the time. Like,
some of the biggest
Cardi B's
superstars
bigger than
are.
her significant order. Beyonce, Rihanna, Taylor Swift. The list goes on. Selena Gomez, like.
At this point, she was just making references because, I mean, Tiwa, somebody like Tiwa is well traveled, you know, she's very knowledgeable. And I mean, we can all attest that, you know, in other parts of the world, America, let's use America, for example. We can see Rihanna has her own spot. Beyonce has her own spot. Taylor Swift has her own spot. I mean, we can mention a handful of top female artists who are just doing well in their own lane, even better than most of the males. You get what I'm saying? But then when it comes to Africa, it's always a thing where, you know, there's not enough room for the women to thrive. So, you know, it's just, and all of these things, it's just, I mean, sometimes it can really get depressing because, you know, our women, they are, you know, sensitive already. And imagine a woman puts in her all to, you know, make something for herself. And, you know, it gets to a point where she feels, you know, sidelined. When in actual honesty, you know, from metrics and from the charts and from everything, her streaming numbers and everything is crazier than some male artists, but you know, they don't really get the space to, you know, just let people know how they feel. I mean, it's just terrible. So listen, whoever you are as a gatekeeper, it's either you open that gate, let people enter and just come and do their thing and survive, or you just resign as a gatekeeper. We don't need a cake gatekeeping. I mean, listen, gatekeeping is not bad because sometimes you want to, you know, sieve quality out of quantity. So you want to make sure that we are presenting quality to the world and not quantity. But at the same time as well, a lot of us, we come from quantity before, you know, with time we refine to become quality. And so, you know, you just have to allow people make mistakes and learn and grow out of it. That's just all I can say.
The list is endless.
I know.
So, but I don't see that as something that I should be bitter or jealous about. I just be like, listen, I'm just going to keep going and one day it's going to crack.
Absolutely. In my own lane, doing.
I mean, I like what she said at this point. I mean, she's not bitter about whatever is going on. If you see her as a top 3 artists, top 5, top 10, I mean, she doesn't really, I mean, she, once it's not stopping her bag, once it's not stopping her opportunities, once, you know, it's not taking food from her table, she's not bitter about it. I mean, it's just nice to be recognized, but it's not a do or die situation. So, I mean, and I really applaud her for saying that, because I mean, sometimes, you know, some people bury a lot of bitterness underneath, you know, their smiley faces. And so, I mean, shout outs to her.
In my own lane, doing my own thing.
Yes.
And one day it will make sense.
It will make sense. It will make sense. It has to make sense.
It has to. I was having a conversation with a producer about this.
Right. And so, listen, I just came to share my 2 cents on whatever Tiwa Savage said. I don't think she's wrong for saying what she said. She stood on business and made it clear. She didn't say she's better than them based on numbers. She didn't say she's better than them or better than the top 3 because of her beauty or because she's a woman, or she just said, you know, what she said was simple and clear. If you put away everything else, vocally or on the mic, I can sing better than anybody else. And I mean, I agree with her 110%, because I mean, unless you're just a listener and you're not technical, then you won't understand what she meant. But if you're a technical person and you know the levels to which her vocal instrument can go, it's just unlimited. Take away her face and put her voice on any other genre of music or any style of music, and I mean, I think she would just excel. She would just do well. And so shout out Tiwa. There's something that the presenter said that I would want us to look into it another time, and so I'm just gonna play that one and then I'm just gonna end here. So let's go.
I'm telling you, I really I'm about this. I was having a conversation with the producer and he said that female artists are not easy to work with.
Wow.
What do you think about what the presenter said? I mean, she just said that it's been a conversation she's had with the producer of the show, and the producer said, I want to believe the producer is a man. The producer said females are not easy to work with. I mean, I've never been a manager of any type of female artist. And so, if you've been a manager of a female artist or you've experienced working with a female artist, you know, from any angle, you know, whether you are her road manager, whether you are a personal manager, whether you are executive manager, whether you've been artist and repertoire, A&R, you know, I mean, just let me know in the comment section how your experience working with a female artist. Do you agree with, you know, the assertion that female artists are difficult to work with? All right. This is Beat Exclusive. Thank you for joining me. On to the next. Bless.